All right.
When you look at
Whoops. So it turned out it didn't work at all. The American Plastics Council, they measured public opinion before, they measured it after, and what they found was public opinion was completely unchanged by seeing these kinds of ads. And if we watch,
plastic, you know how it helps things stay fresh and safe.
I mean, we're seeing this mountain of plastic, and then she's emphasizing the product attributes. It's light, it's safe, it's strong. But what it's not really doing is communicating the value that I'm going to get from this. And so they got back together. They said, gosh, we've got to do something about this. How can we change public opinion? And this video, this commercial comes from about 10 years later. I want you to pay attention to what they're communicating in this one. Oh, whoops. Sorry, that was... Here we go.
Holds the promise of a better world, taking medicine to new heights and giving our lives greater comfort. It's in the packaging that protects us and a pacemaker to empower us. Every day touching.
Whoa. If you can look at that face and still hate plastic, you are a monster. Like, so far they're talking about, pacemakers and they're and making the world a better place.
Every generation, from the ambulance to the emergency room, it puts the answers in our hands and hope in our hearts.
It's putting hope in our hearts because that poor supermodel got in a wreck.
For a safer, more brilliant tomorrow. Plastics make it possible.
Who doesn't love a baby in a plastic bubble? So yeah, we've got this safer, more brilliant tomorrow. So it seems kind of cheesy, and yet this is what actually swung public opinion. When they stopped talking about product attributes, they stopped talking about the solution, and instead they started talking about the value that it creates for people, or even potentially could create for people, right? And so what they're talking about here is not. Oops, sorry. It's where did my fancy little pen go? I was so excited by it. Maybe this is it. Here we go. It's not really the problem. It's not the solution. Where they're really focused is on the unique value proposition. A single, clear, compelling message that states why are you different and worth paying attention to. Like, what are you going to do for this customer segment? That's what we really want to focus on. So let's look at another example. First, product attributes or the solution are related to these consequences, these ways that the problem is solved. But what we really want to talk about is this highest level, this unique value proposition. So attributes of the solution, that's all nice. And those do have consequences. Plastic is light, it is strong. The consequence is, it can be used in healthcare stuff. It can be used in, to keep food safe or whatever. But the unique value proposition that they really tried to communicate was, hey, this is about, family and togetherness. And it sounds cheesy, and yet that is sort of what worked ultimately. So let's think about another example, North Face. Let's think real quick, who is North Face's customer segment? Like, who is it ultimately that North Face is advertising to? Whose problems are they solving, and what are those problems? So take a minute, pause the video, think about that. And what I want to suggest is their customer segment is not Alex Honnold. It's not extreme athletes. It's not people who are climbing Mount Everest. Their customer segment is primarily you and me and people who want to look good while they stay warm and walk around campus on a cool day. So the value that North Face creates, again, we could think about their products and product attributes, the solution itself. We say, oh, they've got this Gore-Tex fabric, they've got, whatever polymer that keeps people warm. That's all fine, but is that what they're communicating in their commercials? I would suggest that no, it's not. So I'm going to go ahead and link now. I'll stop this video, and the next video is a North Face ad. And I want you to watch what it is that they're communicating in this North Face ad.